Unfortunately for the Badgers, it was different week. Similar story, that being big mistakes, this time special teams breakdowns, an early interception that leads to a very short touchdown drive for Maryland. And from there, it was off to the races for the Terrapins and a long day for the Wisconsin Badgers. We'll check out some of the highlights from Saturday's game at Camp Randall Stadium. We'll check in with quarterback Danny O'Neill, who has been thrust into action with the early season injury to Billy Edwards. And we'll have our sit down with head coach Luke Fickell, looking ahead to the bye week and what's in store for his players as they rest and recover and also get in some good work as well. All of that coming up on this week's edition of the Badgers Sports Report. Pistol formation. Couple of tight ends lining up on the right side for Maryland. Play clock is at 5. Washington gets the snap. He'll give it to Nolan Ray, and right there to greet him is Darrell Peterson behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and 10, Washington to throw, 4-man rush. Washington under pressure from Reiger, who gets to the quarterback. Down goes Malik Washington at the 15-yard line. Quickly on the ball, Simmons gets the shotgun snap, throws over the middle, end zone, caught, Lance Mason, touchdown, Wisconsin. Hunter Simmons coming in late, fires a strike to Mason, and the Badgers are in for the first time today.
Set the standard, let's go.
Ricardo Holman from one end of the yard to the other. Touchdown, Wisconsin, as the Badgers are back in the fight. In stride, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Wisconsin. And a clean path to the quarterback, Christian Allegro. He's gone, 10, 5, touchdown, Wisconsin.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health and is brought to you by Hy-Vee and by Construction Business Group, by Gruber Law Offices, and by WEA Member Benefits.
This is a cup of coffee. It's to go. Because here, you're on the move. Our team coordinates all your appointments, so you see all the experts you need quicker. Because when you're facing a complex condition, it feels like time is being taken from you. So, we found a way to give it back. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
Hungry? Hy-Vee Market Grill is better than ever with classic favorites and mouth-watering new menu items. We've got breakfast sandwiches worth getting out of bed for, made from scratch omelets. And let's do lunch. Try our delicious sandwiches, fresh salads, and the juiciest burgers around. Whether you dine in, get it to go, or have it delivered, the best breakfast and lunch is at Hy-Vee Market Grill.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
We're used to people coming in here, and there's been a certain respect for, this has been one of the hardest places to play, and to go out there and not make it feel like that at all is very disappointing. And it's definitely something we're going to take to the heart because this is our home and we didn't defend it well, so very disappointing.
I mean, I ain't going to sit here and lie to you and say it's easy to take a loss like that in a game that I think we should have came out here and won. So, I mean, it's going to be it's definitely hard, but you got to find a way to get over it and then worry about the next week.
It just starts with the attitude, right? And I don't know if the whole team doesn't have it or if the whole team does, but you got to be tough, nasty, and disciplined. That's what we talk about. That's what we talk about all offseason. I think we got to address that and see who's not and who is. I couldn't tell you who's not right now. I can tell you guys who are, but I think it starts with that. I think you got to address the attitude that guys have going into game week, going into games, and how they, when they line up across from someone, are they trying to put them in the dirt or not?
You know, it sucks, but you know, I'm just gonna go back, watch the tape, see what I can do better, and try to help the team. You know, rally the team back together, because obviously we can't. There's no we just got to get everybody together at this point. You know, we can't fall off even more. We got to find ways to even get better.
I don't really think there's any magic secret. I mean, I think you just got to come out here and practice and get better. But I mean, we got to obviously put an emphasis and focus on staying together and going out there and competing to the best of our ability.
It's all about just the mentality about how we respond, and that's something I truly feel within this team that we'll be able to do, regardless of the outside noises. We believe in one another.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Your animals depend on you every day. So we build equipment you can depend on every day. Equipment that powers through mud, dust, and extreme weather. So cutting hay, feeding livestock, and managing land is easier. Loaded with intuitive, innovative features and tech, Case IH equipment isn't just built to work. It's built to work for livestock producers. Case IH, built by farmers.
A lot has been talked about in terms of the Badgers' schedule this year. Everybody knows it is a very challenging one, but one little interesting nugget is where the byes fall. Traditionally, the running joke, whatever the bye is, perfect time for a bye. Well, they play 4 games bye, another 4 games bye, and with that, we bring in head coach Luke Fickell. I know even you said it's your job to make it the perfect time for a bye, but we all know what lies ahead for you guys. But is this something that actually lays out fairly well? 4 games break, another 4 games break?
You know what? Who knows? It's like you said, once you get through it and you recognize it, you just got to use it in the best way of wherever you are in the program, in the season. And so I didn't know that. I know people had said that before, but, being where I was, I didn't want to study the schedule. I just kind of knew, hey, this is going to be a challenge, and we know it's going to be a grind. We have a plan for what bye weeks look like, but I think you got to make sure you realize, hey, where are we? What do we need? And then how do we find a way to make this a very positive time for us for whatever it is that we need?
A lot of this, or can be historically, rest and recovery for guys who need it, but it's an opportunity, I know in the past, to get more reps for the younger guys. It's not like they're standing around at practice in a normal week, but can that ramp up in a bye week?
Yeah, I think that's where we got to figure out where we are. I mean, there's a lot of guys that may be playing on that offensive line that are going to need a lot of reps, but the guys playing next to them, not sure they need a lot of reps. And so we have to really take a good look at where we are. Who are those guys? What do you have with them? What is good reps, right? Is it physical? Can we live some things up? Can we play these guys like we have in the past? Or what's going to be the best thing for the next 4-week run that we have to get done?
It's interesting, we're seeing a lot of young guys play right now, and way back when, offensive linemen really weren't expected to step in a starting role until maybe that 3rd year, but that's way in the rear view. And I know with where you guys are right now, but a lot of young guys are playing, true freshmen, redshirt freshmen. If it's Cooper Catalano, Mason Poza in the linebacking core, Emilio Agard, it's intriguing. I know you're trying to get better and win the next game, but you've got a lot of young talent who are getting a lot of experience already, aren't you?
There's a lot of experience being had. Sometimes at the expense of, restless, sleepless nights, and sometimes at the expense of, a Saturday, game day. But the truth of the matter is there's only one way to get better at this game, and it's to play it. And those guys have been thrust into some of those situations maybe before that we ever would have expected. But the great thing is you're seeing these guys take advantage of the opportunities, make some mistakes, but not be crushed by it. And I don't just mean that on Saturdays. I'm seeing that on Tuesdays. I'm seeing that on Wednesdays. You're seeing a growth. You're seeing a maturity that is really going to be good for us in the long run, good for them in the long run, and you're developing some leadership within the youth of your program.
Hey, so you were asked about it in your news conference on Monday with the younger guys. If it's the younger guys in the backfield, Dylan Jones, Darian Dupree, I would throw Cade Giacomelli in there as well. I know body language matters, but as much as it could be frustrating for some of those guys not to get the creases in game situations, they're not showing that frustration.
They have done a great job. Everyone feels some of the frustrations, right? The offensive line guys feel the frustrations. The backs not getting as many opportunities, whether that's as many carries or getting opportunities to get to the second level to make some bigger plays. But they all understand that in order to be successful, you got to continue to pound the rock. And I don't just mean run the football, but continue to do the things that you need to do over and over and over again, and trusting and believing that it's going to happen. And they've had a great attitude, and it's something that there's no doubt we study and watch. And it's just going to be the consistency to say, pound the rock. You got some guys in there that create great competition, and they do feed off each other.
And one of the questions that gets asked all the time during bye weeks too, once you get to the end of the week, to the coaches, you have a chance to see some of these in the recruiting world, some guys who either maybe have already committed or those you'd like to see commit here.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually twofold, right? You get your chance to get out there, be around those guys, maybe watch them play, maybe be able to spend some time with them, but also to kind of, get your mind fresh too. And so it's healthy at times to, if you have a bye week where you can actually get out for a day and go recruit and, kind of clear your mind a little bit. It's those car rides for 2, 3, 4 hours, or maybe even a plane ride for some. Not a bad thing to kind of get you fresh and ready to roll back in there and get back at it for 4 straight weeks.
All right, we'll take a break. More to come as we continue with this week's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
This is a cup of coffee. It's to go. Because here, you're on the move. Our team coordinates all your appointments, so you see all the experts you need quicker. Because when you're facing a complex condition, it feels like time is being taken from you. So, we found a way to give it back. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
You always hear the story, next man up, stay ready so you don't have to get ready, all of that. You might sound like words, but it's something Danny O'Neill is living. Going in game 1 when Billy Edwards went down, getting his first career start as a Badger in game 2, and doing something that no other Badger has ever done in his first career start in terms of passing yardage. And with that, we bring in Danny O'Neill. Did you know you had a record pass yards for a Badger making his first start here? I would imagine somebody made you aware of that pretty quickly after the Middle Tennessee game.
Yeah, I wasn't really aware of it. I didn't even know how many yards I had, to be honest, during the game. But right afterwards, someone ran up and told me, and I was, I felt good. I was excited, but that's not just a one-person accolade or record. That's, the O-lineman giving me time all day, the receivers making plays, and, I share that record with everyone that I shared the huddle with that day.
I think most Badger fans are aware at least a little bit of your story from Indianapolis, but you started at San Diego State. But back in the Midwest, is it just, it's 5 hours or so to drive to Indianapolis from here, but does it feel a little more like home being back here in the Midwest?
Yeah, especially the winters. It was a little cold, but, growing up in Indy, it got cold there too. So definitely feels more like home. Really excited to be here, blessed to be a Badger, and just excited for the future and everything that it holds here.
That blood gets a little thin when you're out in Southern California. You're trying, so 20 degrees feels even worse when you're back here the first time, right?
Yes, sir.
Coach Fickell, I'm sure many others have asked you, Coach Fickell has used the term athletic arrogance, and it is a compliment. And he mentions that with you because you're having fun out there. Guys feed off of that. Call it swagger, whatever. With you, where did that come from?
I've been doubted, I feel like my whole life. I felt like I was, under-recruited coming out of high school. So just being able to go out on the field and prove myself right, that I do deserve to be out there on a big-time stage. And I'm very blessed to be out there. Don't get me wrong, I was very happy to be out in San Diego playing ball out there. Just being able to be here, it does mean a little bit more just to put that W on, just because of all the hard work, all the hours that everyone here has put in. It just feels like there's a little bit more weight to put on that helmet. So just being able to go out there and play free, play with a little bit of swagger, and that's just kind of how my leadership comes off. And thankfully there's a locker room full of guys that feed off of that energy. So that's how it allowed me to, express myself a little bit more. So just being able to go out there and be me, it's allowed, I think, a little bit of spark, especially in the offensive huddle. Every time that I walk in there, just being able to, have the respect and allow the other guys to play with that swagger that I try and bring to the huddle.
Is there anything better than proving a doubter wrong?
No, not at all.
And maybe a close second is proving those who support you right, including this coaching staff bringing you in, Coach Guyton, Coach Fickell. That's a pretty good thing too, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Just being able to go out there and prove why they wanted to bring me in, and just being able to prove my bring pride to my family name. That's just something that I think about a lot, and being able to just go out there and make the O'Neal name mean something.
Now, being a starter last year, I would imagine that was a help for you. I mean, Billy goes down in the first half of the first game. For some, that could be like, oh my goodness, you get a little deer in the headlights. But for you, because you have played, you've been through this, that had to be a big help, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I was in the fire all last year. Was out there, playing a lot of ball. Started 11 games. So that definitely helped whenever, my opportunity did come. And I just think that being able to have that experience, have that, confidence in myself, and knowing that I was knowing exactly what I was about to go do. And, I knew I had the confidence. The guys around me had the confidence, their confidence in me. And, I trusted every guy in that huddle, to do their job, and they trusted me to do mine. So just being able to go out there, all 11 of us playing as one unit, and it's been, a fun time.
Badger fans of a certain age remember Coach Lewis, Sean Lewis, when he was a Badger. Give us an idea of the similarities, differences in what you guys were running out there compared to what you guys are running here now at Wisconsin.
Yeah, we're a big spread RPO team. We still love taking shots here and there. He still loves power. He calls it mama. And he remembers that from his Wisconsin days. So just being able to have that, connection, it was pretty funny just knowing that when I did decide I was coming here, just all the stories that he had told me from his time here. It's been awesome to, get to know Madison and everything that comes with it. And yeah, I'm just very blessed to be able to go to school here and play football here.
It's a small world, and I think maybe some Badger fans know, but I'm guessing a lot don't, because we see you, your sophomore, Eugene Hilton, true freshman, Indiana guy. You know each other. You competed against each other, right?
Oh, yeah. I got a ring off of him.
You don't remind him of that at all, right? State champs in Indiana.
Never. Maybe sometimes, but there's a lot of times that I always kept tabs on him. I knew he was always going to be a good player. So it's definitely it is a small world. Just that both of us ended up here, and he's probably one of my better friends on the team. So just being able to have all the connections that we do have, and spend all the time that we do spend together. It's been awesome to get to know him a little bit better, and just to try and represent Indy.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of talent too, doesn't he? Just
No
a
doubt.
touch. This receiving room, I've used the term sneaky good, and I put it that way because I don't know how much national pub people are talking about or writing about, but with Vinny Anthony, Tretzka Kahuna, Jaden Ballard, Chris Brooks, I could keep going. You got some pretty good weapons at your disposal, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah. We have a guy for the job. I mean, we have guys that are good in space, guys that are good downfield, threats, guys that are big bodies that can run, crossing routes over the middle. We have a guy for every situation that we need to put a receiver in. So it's very helpful to be able to, intermix those guys and allow them to play to their strengths. I think Coach Grimes does a good job of that, and getting them in the right spot and calling the right play for them to allow them to really play to their strengths and to make plays on the ball.
Final question, Danny. As much as you have on your plate as a quarterback and you're locking in pregame, you're going through your routine, the first couple games at Camp Randall, no matter where you're playing here, big stadiums, big crowds, can you give yourself a moment, if it's 30 seconds or whatever, and say, this is pretty cool. This is what I do all this other stuff for, to be on a stage like this?
Yeah, absolutely. Just running out of the tunnel every single game day, just seeing the crowd, hearing them, feeling the energy in the stadium. That run really gets, hits home a little bit. And then, my big thing is just going right to the pylon and saying a quick prayer and just expressing how grateful I am to be in this opportunity, be in the stadium, whatever stadium it may be, and to just, have God help me, play to the best of my ability and to give me his strength and his power. So.
Yeah, fun to watch you, man. I know your career in a lot of ways is just starting. I know Badger fans are excited to see you out there. So,
appreciate it. Thank you.
Danny O'Neill, quarterback from Indianapolis. We'll take a break. We'll have more to come right after this.
You got it, yeah, you got it like that. When you got it like that. When you got it like that.
Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Delivery is free with the Perks Plus membership, and pickup is always free. Make game day and every day easier. Order online with Hy-Vee.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin is led by as many as 10. It's an 8-point Badgers lead right now. Service across by Holmstrom, right at Simon. Great pass to Furbringer, right side, and there is Egan turning on one down the line. Grace Egan powers one down for the kill. Here's Collier, zips one across, out of system, bump set over to the left side. An attack by Marquette is scooped up by Collier. To the left, Vajagic. Big approach and a big hammer from Vajagic. 8-3 as it drops down to the back row. Still set point for the Badgers. Simon serve receive. Great pass to Furbringer. Right back attack, and there's Collier ending the set as she rockets one down the left sideline of Marquette. Badgers win it 25-14 in set number 2. 24-18 the Badgers as some of the fans start to file out on Fiserv Forum. Line drive pass to the left side. Milwaukee attacks, and it's dug by the Badgers. Over to the left side, Egan with a soft tip up and over the block. Picked up once, twice in a free ball. Down ball over from Studer. Vajagic steers to Furbringer. Middle, Booth off Studer. It's saved on the right sideline. Haggard over to the left pin. That's Radiff. Picked up by Vajagic to the right side. Here's Collier off speed. Ricochets off 2 players, and it falls down to the floor. And Wisconsin sweeps Marquette and ends this match on a 6-0 run. That's 5 in a row for the 7th-ranked Badgers as Wisconsin improves to 6-1 this season.
No game for the Badgers next week, but we'll hear from head coach Luke Fickell, and we'll check in also with Matt Young, a transfer. He's from Neenah, but back home playing for the Wisconsin Badgers, and we'll also go inside the Wisconsin volleyball program with head coach Kelly Sheffield. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Every farmer wants to up their uptime, so we purposefully designed our tractors and implements to keep you in the field. Tailored for your operation, Case IH tractors are intuitive to use, easy to maintain, packed with the latest tech, and backed by dealer support you can trust. Because Case IH equipment isn't just built to work, it's built to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
This is a cup of coffee. It's to go. Because here, you're on the move. Our team coordinates all your appointments, so you see all the experts you need quicker. Because when you're facing a complex condition, it feels like time is being taken from you. So, we found a way to give it back. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable